WEAR News at 5 starts now.
Good afternoon. One person was killed, several others injured after a fiery crash on the Escambia Bay Bridge yesterday. 4 cars were involved. While many people watched in shock, 2 witnesses jumped into action. Christian Schatz and his brother, Dylan Ethington. They pulled multiple victims out of their cars, risking their own lives in the process. We reached out to them to share their story and why they decided to act.
This is probably the craziest thing I've seen in my entire life.
A fatal 4-car crash on the Escambia Bay Bridge left 1 dead and multiple injured. While most watched in horror, 2 heroic men decided to step up.
We got out, we ran straight to the truck, got those people out, and then we're trying to help the other guy in the Mercedes.
Christian Schatz and Dylan Ethington are brothers. They say they were on their way to visit a sick relative when they looked up and saw the fire.
The truck in front of us pulls over to the side, and that's when our vision is now clear, and now we saw everything. And all we saw was a car engulfed in flames, a truck was flipped over, and that white Mercedes was demolished.
Instead of sitting back, they took action and ran to help.
We saw that the truck was flipped over. We were able to bust out the windshield and help the girl out through there. Something traumatic like that, you're full of adrenaline, you're terrified, so being able just to be there and say, look, let's just love on these people and help them calm down, and that was also critical.
The crash resulted in extensive traffic backing up the road for miles. Florida Highway Patrol Lieutenant Jason King says that FHP tries to address traffic blocks on major roadways in a 90-minute time frame. Cases like this are different.
Where we had 3 to 4 vehicles involved, we had a major fire, someone sadly lost their life. We shut the road down even longer because that gives our emergency workers, such as the firemen, the EMS workers, and our troopers and traffic homicide investigators, ample time to set up their equipment and safely conduct an investigation and obtain as much information on the scene as possible in that moment.
King explains there isn't much else that can be done to ease traffic in these circumstances, but it is for a good reason.
We want to make sure that we're safe on scene and get all the evidence from the scene we can with our law enforcement partners as well as our traffic homicide.
Authorities have not yet identified the cause of the fiery crash, but King says speed has been an issue on the bridge before.
Is when people enter bridgeways, especially on interstates, they feel like it's a quick moment to accelerate and drive a little faster to get to the other end. This area specifically, I know we've had, I think last year, close to 72 crashes just from year to date.
He believes no one should take life for granted. The brothers share that sentiment, thinking of their own families as they rush to help.
You have to kind of give yourself a pep talk and be like, if this were me, I hope someone would help me.
They hope that their actions can inspire others.
And I would say that if you're able to help, then help. Your life can be over in a second. Oh, yeah. And that was almost us. We were quite literally 1 car away from it all.
And still at this hour, there is no indication on the cause of that crash.